I know I haven't done a video in a long time, and that's because I have been really struggling, and feels like a lot has changed since the last time I posted on here. I made a really big mistake with the budget apartment. It turns out that it was a really big mistake, and I'm really trying to figure out what to do. I wanted my next video on this channel to be about my first night there. I wanted to show you what I was doing in the apartment, but it quickly devolved into a situation where I ended up having to take medical leave from work because I just mentally have just not been in a good place. And a lot of it is built on the seasonal depression that I was experiencing. And it just got out of control with the anxiety and the depression going on. And I got into the apartment and I just did not, I still have the apartment. So I will be talking more about like what is wrong with the apartment and what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm still trying to navigate what I'm going to try and figure out what to do. But basically, it just turned into a situation where I got so much anxiety that I had to apply for a medical leave from work. And my doctor was not very happy with me. And I mean, he was sympathetic and he did fill out the paperwork, which I'm grateful for. But he's not entirely happy with me because I just have been sort of letting myself go mentally, and it just had been building up for a while. And I had to admit to him that, yes, it has been building up for a while, not getting enough sleep, working full time, and then doing YouTube so much. And I do have another channel that is a very major, like it very much helps me financially. I love doing it. It's my passion. It's like my baby. It's a lot of work and I love it. And it's changed my life, like financially, but the main thing is the community. I love it. I don't ever want to stop. But it takes so much work that I just was not getting enough sleep, and I was basically working close to 2 full-time jobs. And it really just caught up with me, and I just all of a sudden just kind of shut down. I just shut down. I just couldn't do anything anymore. Like I couldn't make videos. I couldn't focus on work. It never got to the point where I couldn't focus on work because all of a sudden I was just like, I can't go to work because I was up all night dealing with the situation at the apartment and I was in no shape to go to work. And so that's when I applied for the medical leave. And it just really like the whole situation just in my life, it just deteriorated like so rapidly. But looking back, I can see that it didn't happen overnight. It was just small compromises, like not exercising as often, eating food that wasn't good for me because it was faster, getting 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night. And it was always like, I just need to get through this. I just need to get through this work week. I just need to get through the next video. If I can just get through this, let me just get moved. And then, it was always like one more thing. Like, then I was sick. It was like, let me just get through this. And like, I fell off a pallet and it was like, I was just really kind of having some pain from that. And I was like, let me just get through this. And it was just always like one more thing, like, let me just get through. But then the whole, the whole situation at the budget apartment, that kind of took me over the edge to where I realized that I needed to get help because it was just like scary things were starting to happen. Like one night I was filling up the bathtub. This was still at my other apartment, but I fell asleep while I sat down on the toilet for a minute just to wait for the bathtub, and I fell asleep and I woke up just as it was starting to it was just like, that was kind of another wake up call for me that, okay, my life is really getting a little bit out of control and I need to figure something out. And it's tough because there's really nothing that I could cut out because it would be easy to say, well, I'll just stop doing YouTube. But if I'm just working at a kind of a factory-like job and I'm not creating, then I become extremely depressed. And I mean depressed, like words I can't say on this channel because I'll probably get demonetized, depressed. Unfortunately, I hate that it's like that in my life. I wish I could cope better, but I just am one of these people where I have to be having a creative outlet, or I just don't really see a point. And I know that sounds a little bit dark, but that's just the reality of it. And so for me to stop doing YouTube, and when I say YouTube, I do love this channel. I love this little community that's growing over here, but I am mainly talking about like my other channel, because that is like, it is a major income source for me, and I've been working hard on it for years. And so anyway, for me to cut that out, I just feel like that would put me over the edge as well. And I also was not in a place where I felt like I could cut back on work, because I had this apartment that cost like $1,000 a month. So I couldn't cut back on work. It would, for me to cut back on YouTube, that would put me over the edge psychologically. So I went like that for a while, and finally, like I said, I just hit it. So going forward here, my doctor is like, yeah, something has to change, and I definitely agree with him. So I am thinking that after my medical leave is over, I'm thinking that I should be in a position to be able to go back to work part-time. And, I'll lose some privileges. Like I will lose I love my health insurance has been really great. Like I will get my medication for $10 when it's usually $100, and I will be saving some money, but I think I can still get some form of health insurance, and I will not get paid as much per hour. I think I will go, right now I get paid like $21 or something, and I think I will be getting $17 an hour going part-time. But honestly, like if I want to keep doing YouTube, then I think that is the best option for me. And also with AI coming in, I really don't see my job as like a dead-end job. So I don't really want to like put all my eggs into that basket anyway. So I think that is like the plan for the short term. So I'm really sorry that, I don't have like a better video. I was really hoping my next video would be really fun, first night in the apartment, but it didn't turn out that way. And I was kind of waiting to do like another video. Like I was waiting for like, I don't know, I wanted like to get my hair done and groom Parker and just get the apartment looking really nice before I did another video on this channel. But I just decided that was just way too much pressure on myself, and I really need to post on my other YouTube channel. And so for that to happen, it's just easier for me to do those at one time. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging for too long, because I'm really excited, that some of you guys like comment on my video, and I just didn't want to be away from, my little community too long. So that is what's going on with that. I'm in my car camper right now. Right now I've been working really hard on my car camper. I have a refrigerator right here, and I'm just really getting it dialed in for more trips and videos and possible long-term living in. It is really small, so a minivan would definitely be better, but I'm still paying this car down, so I don't want to get into more debt over a car at this point. So life has been a little bit crazy, but sometimes you just have to remember that you get what you pay for. And my rent is like $650 and yeah, so that's what you get. If you want to pay less, then that's what you're going to get. But on the other hand, I really couldn't afford, if I were to stay where I was staying in my like close to $1,000 rent, which I really love that apartment, I would just have to be working all the time and overtime, and then what is the point anyway? And so it's all a little bit depressing to think about, but I don't want this to be a depressing message. This is just an example of like where I am right now, and I've really been in a pretty dark place. Just the last several weeks, it's been I've been in a pretty dark place, and but I hope that, as I'm preparing to film my next video on my main channel, I have some new camera equipment, and I'm figuring out some new technology I'm going to use. I'm planning my video and some things I want to do. So that's kind of giving me a little bit of excitement. And yeah, I wish I could like kind of keep talking, because I just have felt like really kind of like lonely these last several weeks, actually months, just with the depression that I've been dealing with. Being up in the extreme north, it is no joke. Like, I am more north than like Toronto, like way more north than Canada. Like, I am very far north, and I really underestimated the way that seasonal affective disorder would affect me. And because I got through December and January, I thought I was fine, but it was really like halfway into February that it got really bad, and I think it was actually a lot worse than I thought it was. I started filming on this channel kind of as that was going on, kind of at the tail end of it, or yeah, kind of in the middle to tail end of it. And I think that like at the time I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. But looking back, I really was, I was not in a good, healthy place. And I mean, I realize we can all get some winter blues, and I have had winter blues, but I really feel like the extreme lack of sunlight up here, when you couple that with the monotony of my job working in a warehouse, it really, and then you took that, and then I went into this depressing, like freaky, and I'll tell you about it in the upcoming videos, apartment situation. It just took me completely over the edge. And through all of that time, the only thing that really got me through, well, of course, is my puppy. I'm not going anywhere because my puppy is here. But but the only thing that really got me through, I mean, Parker like definitely is very grounding for me, because I realize, like, you know, I have these commitments, these responsibilities, and it makes me want to be strong for my pup. But also was just doing YouTube. I was like, okay, if I can, you know, focus on this to kind of take my mind off of it, that really helped. Yeah, so guys, I just wanted to give you an update. I hope that the next video will be a little bit more enthusiastic and optimistic. I think I will get better as we're starting to get more sunlight and the days are getting longer, obviously. So I just wanted to kind of explain where I've been and where we're going from here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.